I'll just keep an eye out on people who might be popping in. Okay, hi, Kate Paulin, your agent with Heart and real estate sales support coach, and coming to you from the Denver metro area, USA. Target market right here, the Flatirons, Boulder, Colorado, my hometown. And so who are we? We are a group of real estate professionals who get together on Monday mornings to kind of be the rocket booster to get us from Monday to Friday, boosting sales. And we do it with prayer, positivity, and fun. Don't worry if you're not an agent in the Colorado area. You know, all the principles here will apply to anybody all over the world. And we will be doing a couple things today. One, reading a scroll from Og Mandino's Greatest Salesman in the World. And actually, I don't read the whole scroll. I just kind of highlight the pieces that I think are interesting. Then we'll get into a book study that we're doing. How about scroll 5? I will live this day as if it is my last. In this scroll, he says that statement 8 times. And so I will waste not a moment, mourning yesterday's misfortunes, yesterday's defeats, yesterday's aches of the heart. For why should I throw good after bad? Pearls before swine. Yesterday is buried forever, and I will think of it no more. Neither will I think of tomorrow. Should I torment myself with problems that may never come to pass? No, tomorrow lies buried with yesterday, and I will think of it no more. This day is all I have, and these hours are now my eternity. I lift my arms in thanks for this priceless gift of a new day. I will beat upon my heart with gratitude. If I waste today, I destroy the last page of my life. Therefore, each hour of this day I will cherish it, for it cannot return. I will avoid with fury the killers of time. Procrastination I will destroy with action. Doubt I will bury under faith. Fear I will dismember with confidence. Oh, Joel's trying to get in. Good morning, Joel. We're just going through a scroll. So where there are idle mouths, I will listen not. Idle hands, I will linger not. I will visit not. Idle bodies. The duties of today I shall fulfill today. Children, while they are young, tomorrow they will be gone. So will I. Embrace. Lift up a friend in need. Give yourself in sacrifice and work. Tomorrow you'll have nothing to give, and there will be none to receive. This day I will make the best day of my life. Savor its taste and give thanks. Make every hour count. I will sell real estate only for something of value. Labor harder than ever before, push my muscles until they cry for relief. Then I will continue. I will make more calls than ever before, sell more real estate than ever before. My last must be my best. And if it is not, I shall fall to my knees and give thanks. And that is scroll marked 5, which is, I will live this day as if it is my last. So cool. Welcome, Joel. Hope you had a great weekend.
Good morning. I did, yeah.
Cool. All right, so we're into, drum roll please, the last principle of the book. Spoiler alert, upset the right people. Funny things that this guy says. Upset the right people. Okay, so here are my personal cliff notes of the chapter. And as you know, this is sort of an open forum where everybody is welcome to come. And whether you have a faith like mine or not, it doesn't matter. These principles can, apply in however you see fit. But whatever these positive things that we learn are, please don't let it be a reservoir of knowledge, but a river of life. So Henry Cloud is an acclaimed leadership expert, clinical psychologist, New York Times bestselling author. 45 books, including The Iconic Boundaries, have sold nearly 20 million copies. He has an extensive executive coaching background and experience as a leadership consultant. Here we see this slide again. Life is predictable. The 9 laws are the practical ways of doing things seen in successful people. And you don't have to be smarter or well trained. These are for everyone to take advantage of. And the 9 principles are patterns to practice. They have the consequence of achieving love, dreams, goals, potential relationships, trust, and faith, and profitable when implemented. It's just like gravity. Little bit of a review. Actually, we've gone through chapters 1 through 10, but so 1 and 2 was an overview. 3 is digging it up. 4 is pull the tooth. 5 is play the movie. 6 is do something. 7 was, or 8 was hate well. And so that way we know what other people love and how they view success. That's actually a really good one and challenging one. 9 was don't play fair. And last week, 10, we learned to be humble, knowing our success came with the same failures others are experiencing, and it's relatable, doesn't make us loftier. So here we are. Proverbs 19:19, don't rescue an angry man, you'll have to do it again. So upset the right people. What does that mean, upset the right people? Deja vu people set their course by goals, values, and purpose and do their best to let doing the right thing be their guide. They take into account the feelings of others, but do not base their decisions or choices on what others think or feel. Some might get upset, and deja vu people know and accept that it's okay. I would have to say this is probably something that really speaks to me. Deja vu people don't lose their way to keep someone else happy. So Dr. Cloud uses the analogy of boating on autopilot to be like a deja vu person. They have an internal compass where the autopilot of their life brings them back on course when waves come. They don't get off course worrying about the negative reactions of those around them. They don't waste the time or mental agony. They know their ability to feel, find, define, clarify, know, and act upon what they want to achieve in their goals. They lean into God's strength to do what's right and keep on course. So, example, let's say you're in a relationship and you see a friend who's in a relationship and it's just not working for them, but you can see that, or they've even said, well, I don't have the heart to break it off for fear of hurting their feelings. So how do you upset the right people? Number 1, know your goals. Deja vu people recognize that to upset the right people will have backlash. So with this first item of knowing your goals, is your goal in life to never be hurt? A marker of success in life is that you have been hurt. Set your moral compass on a godly heading and set aside cultural norms. Okay, number 2. How to upset the right people. Don't worry about reactions of others. That's a big one for me. So if you have people in your life who like to try to control, they might be over helpers. You know, the opposite side of the coin from helping is control. An alcoholic, a codependent, people who are critical. These groupings of people are likely going to offer obstacles. So deja vu people don't make decisions based on the fear of other people's angry or guilt-tripping reactions. And then thirdly, I'm keeping this one in this slide because I like it. And Cloud doesn't even talk about this, but resonate at a Christ-like frequency. So purity, light frequency, just like Christ being the light of the world. Use sensitivity to others' reactions with care of others' feelings. Do what's right and experience the fallout second. So it's like pulling off the Band-Aid. If you know that you need to upset someone because of something you're trying to accomplish, And, maybe it's firing an employee or restructuring an organization. You don't want to allow yourself to hold back on making those decisions for your life if you know it's a godly thing to do, but know how to do it in a Christ-like way. This is a good slide because it was something I hadn't thought about, but deja vu people know that making decisions to a problem is actually two different problems in one. In other words, they draw a distinct line between these two things of one, what should you do, compared to what's the response of the person on the receiving end going to be. The killer is when you make a decision and you mix these two into one. So, example, firing an employee, confronting someone, saying no, intervening with a person who has addiction problems, guests that linger more than 3 days, pointing out flaws, supporting adult kids. That's a thing that a deja vu person can do, is like with a pencil, they just draw a line between those two. They don't mix these two things together to make decisions. And then John 15, 1 through 2, I am the true vine, and my Father is the gardener. He cuts off every branch in me that bears no fruit, while every branch that does bear fruit, he prunes so that it will be even more fruitful. So knowing how to make a statement of truth takes skill and strategy. Probably a 3-step process. 1, state the problem. 2, explain your feelings about how it's affecting you. And 3, offer a solution. So, it's always good to not point fingers at someone, but an example might be the problem is the trash isn't being taken out, or you're not accomplishing these tasks that I've asked you to do, in a work situation. And then you can say how it makes you feel. When that happens, I feel like you're not respecting me, and I feel disrespected, or I feel like the things that you're hopefully going to accomplish aren't happening. And then the third is offer the solution. I'm gonna be letting you go. As hard as this is, that's the solution, or whatever it might be. But that's a great way to make a truthful and graceful statement to someone, but equal amounts of truth and grace. So deja vu people know the difference between hurt and harm. Have you guys ever thought about that, the difference between the two? Cloud talks about hurt is like surgery, or how God prunes us without injury. You learn to accept it and grieve the loss as a mere conflict. And Cloud offers a suggestion to not over-identify with hurt, but to know the truth hurts sometimes. So, but the difference is that harm actually causes injury, destroys trust, and is bad. So we see that when we're dealing with people who have drug addiction or do illegal dealings and such. All right, shameful plug, but so Proverbs 27:17, as iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. Real change doesn't happen in a vacuum, but in connection with safe people. If you're not getting the structure, strategy, and simplicity of your real estate business that you deserve, let's talk. There's a reason why 88,000 agents have come to EXP in the last 5 years. One of them is EXP is in 24 different countries, so not just within the United States, but 24 different countries. So this guy, Mike Sherrard, who's just hitting it in Canada, his quote was, "Once I understood the geographically unrestricted opportunity of partnering with EXP, it allowed me to create wealth, build a flexible lifestyle, and ultimately get time back." Yeah, so if you hear of any real estate agents who are wanting to travel or love to travel to other countries, I'd love to chat with them because it's a great opportunity for them to build their brokerage. All right, so here are a few questions for us. If you have a pencil and want to jot some things down. The first question is, how do you handle the word no? Are you cute as a toddler, but hard to hear as an adult? Do you have a tantrum? Do you get angry and go on the attack? Does anybody want to answer that one?
Yeah. Yeah, no used to be hard until I got into the real estate world. Now I can handle no problem. So here's the ability.
Yeah. Um, Again, if you have the right mindset, the no is the indicator that you're that much closer to a yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
So what were you going to say, Chris?
No, I agree. It's like any of us who've been in sales experience no a lot, and so you kind of grow the skin,
Yeah, right.
and so yeah, agreed.
Persistence pays off. Okay, how
Yeah,
do you
I think-
handle? Oh, go on.
See, I think everyone at some point should be in sales for at least a year just to kind of get some thicker skin.
Yeah, it's true. People who go from college to, let's say, working for the federal government, I'm going, yeah, you really need to know what the people who are paying your salary go through to pay your salary.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, let's see. Question 2, how do you handle controlling people? Do you guys have any controlling people in your world?
I can't say that I do. I've had controlling people in the past, and from my standpoint, it's just how important is the relationship with that controlling person? If it's not important, then get rid of that relationship as quickly as you can.
Yeah. I have a very laid back way about me, and so for that reason I think I attract controlling people. Almost like I look helpless to them or something. And it's interesting when they try controlling you and you kind of go, no, thank you. But they like to do it. That's their favorite thing. And what's weird too is I've seen it in the business world twice now where I was working for Steve's Ice Cream in Boulder, and we had this really controlling manager at the time, and she came to us and she said, now listen, someone's stealing out of the register and I know it's one of you, and I'm going to figure out who it is. Throughout the summer, while you're making tons of money for this company, one of you per night is going to write down on a piece of paper instead of into the register what you've been selling. So we're all trying to like she's trying to control what we're doing, and she wants to see who's been stealing, and lo and behold, she was the one stealing. At the end of the summer, she emptied out the safe on the Labor Day weekend, and she was gone. And when we got deposed, the owner of the company was like, didn't you think it was odd that she was having you write things down on a piece of paper instead of putting it into the register? And we're like, no, we were just being controlled and told to do that. And a second time that happened where someone didn't want anybody looking at any of their work that they were doing. They were very controlled over what they were working on, and lo and behold, they were also embezzling money. So sometimes controlling people are doing bad things too. Okay, so here's something he talked in the book about, and I loved it. If you have a controller, say things like, I'm sorry it's frustrating you when I say no. I can see it's hard for you to accept. I care. That must be difficult to hear, but I hope you know I still care. I hope you can accept that I still care about you, even though I have decided to do this for me. Good. Okay, so do you allow reactive people to get you off course? Do you allow reactive people to get you off course? For me, for sure. You never want someone to be hurting after you give them a message, and you never want to have what they say kind of make you question, oh, was that a good decision on my part? And my dad maybe sometimes makes it hard to say, oh, I use, mid-grade gas, and for some reason they want you to use high grade. You know, like little things like that. But anyway, okay, so on to the last slide. Here we are. This is our conclusion. Upset the right people. Deja vu people realize they're responsible for their lives, time, energy, love, and resources, and they make decisions based on what they think is the best course that God has set before them. They do not rescue angry people or give in to controllers. They listen to God more than man. Success comes with strategy and an understanding that hurt is part of life and leads to growth. Lean into the wisdom of the Holy Spirit to keep from allowing negative reactions of others to dictate a decision. Be the deja vu real estate professional that I know you are. Any thoughts, comments, questions?
The book that you went through, is that by a Christian author?
Yeah. Henry Cloud is a psychologist, and I've read a lot of his books. Boundaries is essential for life, I think. They have one that's just called Boundaries, and then they have one that's called Boundaries in Work and Boundaries in Relationship and all these different boundaries with kids. But they come at psychology from a Christian worldview, and smart guys. I've learned a lot from them over the years, and like there's growth.